Hello, and thank you for giving us another opportunity to spend some time with you on Stairway to Health, brought to you by Health Experts Canada. We've got some great ideas, new information, and hopefully a few laughs for you today. Who knows? If you're not careful, you may learn something.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stairway to Health. I'm Frank Peary.
And I'm Marilyn Mitchell.
And we're here to break it all down for you, sort of simplify the whole concept of health and well-being. Today, I think we're going to talk a little bit about time management versus priority management. Essentially, who is your priority, right, when it comes to your health and well-being? I think it's extremely important to understand this concept as it pertains to long-term success, long-term health and wellness success. So we all seem to be very concerned about a lot of other people in our lives, right? We're concerned about our kids, we're concerned about our spouse, we're concerned about our aging parents, and we tend to put a lot of our time and energy into all of those people. And unfortunately, more often than not, we tend to fall behind on looking after ourselves. So one of the big lessons that we teach a lot of our clients and coach our students through is the concept of time management, because ultimately the foundations of functional wellness as it pertains to nutrition can't ultimately be achieved without proper time management in terms of how you eat, when you eat, what you're eating, so on and so forth throughout the course of the day. So time management is key for everyone in order to achieve that level of success they're looking for. But it really is about being a little bit selfish here, putting yourself first. Am I wrong?
I don't want to say that you're wrong.
Oh, come on.
But I will say that you're inexperienced.
Oh.
Because you have never had children. You have parents who are both still alive, healthy. I mean, everything is not bad for you. There are a lot of us who, in my case, I raised two children on my own as a single mom. Sadly, I've had both my parents pass away. So I have gone through the aging parent and responsibilities. I think what you're saying is a great idea in a perfect world, to set our time management, to set our priorities. But when you have children, you don't get a choice of when they wake up in the night because they're sick, or when their hockey practices are, or when all of those things happen. You have aging parents. They call you and say, I need this. You have to come over now. I mean, all of those things happen in the real world. So having set priorities and doing time management is not easy. It is a very difficult thing to do.
100%. I agree. I definitely agree. Would you say this is more accurate then? Would you say that you are able to successfully look after all of those people you love around you and all of those you wish to give your time and attention to? Would you say that it's easier to do that when your personal state of health or well-being is in top form?
You have to. You can't be sick. If you don't look after yourself, you're not able to look after others.
Okay. So there we go. There's where we agree.
Yeah, I mean, you have to feel well enough to do that. But what I'm saying is, we have to understand that we can try and manage our time. And the best way we can do it is to sit down and actually, like we have said many times, pen to paper, and eliminate things that aren't necessary in our lives and prioritize the things that are.
For sure. What's most important to us. And that's maybe where it gets to be a little bit selfish, right?
It does,
With your thought process. I use I used personally myself a tool that we coined as the list, quote unquote. This whole exercise in, again, putting pen to paper and creating two columns, right? In one column, on one side of the page, you're looking at all the good shit in your life. And on the other side of the page, in the other column, it's all the bad shit in your life. So really in what you're explaining, you could do what's most important to you, what's least important to you, or what's not as important.
Right.
And it's a way for you to help prioritize what it is you're looking to achieve. And again, if you are a parent, or if you are a child of aging parents, or if you're somebody who has an obligation to a spouse or a sick spouse, or you have to look after you. You can't be expected to be at your best, right, for
Right.
that other person without feeling your best yourself. And we work through a system with our clients. We coach them through it, right?
Mhm.
They tell us, we ask very specifically, what are your after hours obligations with your kids? Are they in specific sports? Do you have, you know, what do you have groups that you participate in, or what else is there outside of your 9 to 5 or outside of your job, or and we help them realize where they can adjust their time management throughout the day to make their priorities more of a focus.
Well, for example, we can say that um, somebody has a day off. Let's talk about a busy mother who is working, is looking after children, that type of thing. So she has a day off. We suggest that she take that day and maybe make a soup for the week or a stew or something. You prep some meals during that day. You make a menu for the week so that she knows what the kids' lunches are going to be or what she's going to have out for the next day. Monday, she's having this, Tuesday. And if you do that, you set your priorities, you manage your time so that so that you're not coming home Monday night and the kids are saying, I'm hungry, I don't know, whatever they say, and you don't know what to feed them. Something's frozen in the freezer. You don't have time to do that. So, time management allows you to have more time so that you can set your priorities,
Right.
because if you make dinner for the kids and it's all ready, you clean up, let's say it's 7 o'clock, 7:30. You might actually have an hour before they go to bed in order to have a little time for yourself. Well, block that in. Make yourself a priority, but you can only do that if you have managed your time on your day off in order to plan ahead.
For
That's
sure,
all.
right? The whole idea is planning for success. You can't achieve success. You can't achieve that end result without a plan of action. And I love using that term. We use it a lot with our clients, creating that plan of action, that POA. And we help to develop that by doing exactly what you just said. So, I mean, I don't think we're as far apart as you might think, in terms of the concept of time management versus priority management. I'll give you the fact that I've not had children, and I don't have, I guess everybody's parents are aging, but mine are still very healthy and
Yes.
virile and doing quite well. And I'm grateful for that. But I was with you through it all when it came to both of your parents. And so I understand how it can take its toll, whether it's children, whether it's parents, whether it's looking after a spouse or a loved one. We all have priorities in our lives, but we
Mhm.
can't lose sight of the fact that our priority needs to be to ourselves first in order to achieve the ability to look after others efficiently.
I agree. And I also think that a lot of time management and priority setting goals type of thing is got to do with being able to say no. And managing your time, you have to set up your priorities and say, you know what, that sounds like a good idea, but I'm not going to do that. If it's important to you, then that's your priority. But if you're doing something just because you don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, not such a good idea.
It's a
You
tough
know,
one to learn.
it is. It's very hard.
We all have this fear of missing out. FOMO, they call it. The
Yes.
young kids today call it FOMO. And the reality is, I think at any age we have that.
Mhm.
Right? We don't want to miss out on what our friends are doing. We don't want to miss out on what the rest of our family is doing. And so we sometimes obligate ourselves to doing things we don't really want to do or that we really don't have the time to do.
And our health suffers.
For sure it
We
does.
don't sleep properly. We get run down. We don't eat when we're supposed to. All of those things because we're trying to help and be a part of so many other people's lives. But then we're sacrificing our own health. We're sacrificing our own priority. And that's what we have to do.
Yeah, for that, I couldn't have said it better. Time management versus priority management. It's definitely something for a lot of us out there to ponder and think about, but it plays a huge role when it comes to setting that successful end result that we're looking for with respect to optimal health. Well, I guess that's all the time we have for today. I'm Frank Peary.
And I'm Marilyn Mitchell. And until next time, remember, health is wealth. So that's all the time we have today, but there's still so much more to talk about and learn. Head over to healthexpertscanada.com for more ideas on healthy living, and don't forget to like, download, and share this podcast with your friends, just for the health of it.